So one of the biggest energy saving features of the whole place is the fact that it's downtown and it's a live work. So we're 1 block away from the Central Plaza in Healdsburg. We don't use the car that much. We walk to everything in town. I hop on my bike when I got to go to the print shop. It's a lifestyle change that saves a lot of energy, and I've found it's a whole lot more fun. And then the commute is very short, as you will see. So the front portion is the office, built out of brick exterior over wood studs. The house has the kind of conventional, the traditional horizontal siding, barn red, and then the utilitarian shop and garages with metal. And from a design standpoint here, I wanted to try and establish different materials for the different functions, so there was some connection between the way it looked and the way it operated. And this property here was only 3,500 square feet, but I managed to get in almost 4,000 feet of office, house, garage, studio. So this is the great room. It's not huge. The whole residence is about 1,730 square feet. You can creatively pack a lot in a small space. And I think people now are willing to trade high quality, smaller spaces for low quality, big empty square footage with giant kitchens and giant rooms that they don't use. This is a small little private courtyard. It's kind of hidden from the public, so when you're in an urban setting downtown, you want to create a little privacy. This is a nice private spot. Commercial buildings all around. There's no neighbors at night. You can make noise, you can turn the stereo up. And you don't really need blinds for privacy. You can surround yourself with green and a little bit of fountain noise, mask out the traffic. If you consolidate your windows and use them in big areas between the inside and the outside, it makes the space feel bigger. Previous to this, I lived in the country, right on the edge of the town, and I'd done a subdivision. I found a parcel that was big enough to split up. It's a 3,000 square foot house that I was moving out of, and the next one, if I was going to do it right, should have been around 3,500 feet. And I just couldn't picture living in a 3,500 square foot at the time I was single by myself. I was just wandering around the 3,000 square foot house. So I decided to try and look for a lot in town. I'm coming down from upstairs in the morning after or maybe I'm coming up from downstairs and then I go through the door. And that's my commute. This is the drafting studio. We actually still draw by hand. When I finished this project, I did an analysis of energy usage for my previous situation, and I lived here in Healdsburg, but I commuted to my office in Santa Rosa. And so I factored in gasoline and natural gas and electricity, and the overall energy consumption dropped to 17% of the previous situation. And once I close this door, you don't feel like you're home anymore. You really feel like you're in the office space, which opens up onto the street. So it's not like having a bedroom that's an office. It really does feel like a commercial space, and you know, as you can see, it's sort of detailed differently, and it's got the steel trusses, and so it's a nice separation. A lot of people seem to have a problem living that close to work, but I guess that's a personal matter. I sure don't. I don't have a problem shutting it down at 6 o'clock, and even if I go back in there in the evening to check email or something on the computer, I don't go back to work. And then keep on coming up, 3 flights of stairs, keeps you in good shape, up and down, up and down. And so then this is the master bedroom level. Since this is 3 stories, the office is 2 stories, we go out here and we get the roof deck. So this up here is on top of the office, so you get a nice outdoor room. Take naps out here quite a bit. Every day after lunch, just about, I take a nap. And we often have our morning coffee out here. Now that I don't have to commute, whoever wakes up first goes downstairs, gets the paper and a couple of espressos, and we read the paper in bed or come out here, and it's a lot nicer than jumping up and commuting to work. I didn't realize until I moved in here how unpleasant it is to commute to work. I'd gotten used to it, but now I've got that extra 45, 50 minutes, an hour, depending on traffic, to sleep in, read the paper, stop in at the coffee shop, socialize with neighbors instead of sitting on the freeway. It's just much nicer lifestyle, aside from the time you save and the money you save not having to put it into the tank of your car. If you want to follow me over here, show you my wife's painting studio. It's kind of like the Winchester Mystery House. We'll walk through the laundry. Oh, look, there she is.
Hi. Hi.
This is my wife, Manak.
Hi. Do you like the space? Do you like being downtown?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, I did not think I would, but I love it now.
You didn't think you would?
No, because I always live in the country. You know, I'm kind of,
She's French.
my privacy, I didn't know what is going to happen, but after when we live here, I just have to say, I just love it, because the fact that just to walk in town and to do everything, and it's very private here. So.
In fact, the gallery where her work is shown is down the block. So periodically we're walking down with 8-foot paintings down the street. People stop and stare. But yeah, we don't have to ship them very far.
So it's amazing how the feeling of a community. Even go to the post office, it would take only 10 minutes, but sometimes it takes an hour. I have to say, here I really feel the sense of community with people around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's a perfect. I was raised in a country, but it has both world that is very nice here.
Mm-hmm.